Do I find it hard to find men that want to date me knowing I'm a stripper? It's easy to find someone that doesn't want to date me, but actually like a guy that I want to date. You know, when I was like younger, late teens, early 20s, like all my other friends had boyfriends and I was like the shy girl and I never had any boyfriends or anything. Stripping has given me confidence because I used to be shy, but anyway, when I meet a new guy, I've realized that there's a signs, there's three reactions I get. I've met a lot of guys on Tinder or guys in person, and I always tell them on the second date what I do for a job. The reason this is first date, I just want them to just get an idea of who I am before knowing what I do for a job, just an idea. I wouldn't want to wait any longer than 1 or 2 dates because then I've just wasted my whole time if they're not okay with me being a stripper. But I at least want them to like get an idea of who I am before I say I'm a stripper. Oh, and I've tried many different lies about what I do for a job. I hate lying, but the lies I go by are like I either tell people I'm a personal trainer because I used to be one, or a traffic controller because I used to be one. And the new lie I tried to try was tell people I'm a nurse. Because if I'm a nurse, that would explain why I have to work like night shifts on the weekend. It's like, yeah, I'm a nurse. I've got the night shift this weekend. That could be a good excuse. But the first guy I told I was a nurse, he was like, oh yeah, my mum and sister are both nurses. Yeah, cool. And then, yeah, the lie really fell through. But anyway, I tell them on the second date, and I always get three different reactions. There's 1, 2, or 3. Reaction number 1 is they literally ghost me after that, which, fine. I don't care if they ghost me when they find out I'm a stripper because it was never going to work anyway. It wasn't going to work. Option number 2, the third thing they do as soon as I say I'm a stripper. So second date, we haven't even had sex or anything yet. We've just talked. Second date, I tell them I'm a stripper, and all of a sudden they're like trying to like rip my clothes off, pull my pants down, and then I was like, and then they know about my housemate, and then they're like, oh, I've got a female housemate that they've never met, but they're like, oh, how about me and your housemate will have a threesome together? You haven't even met my housemate, and because I'm a stripper, you want to have a threesome with my housemate? Or everything just turns sexual, yeah? It's like sex, 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 and then like, you know, I say no threesomes, no threesomes, no threesomes, and they just keep asking about the threesome, and then I'm like, or any other sexual thing you could think of, and then so, you know, this guy isn't going to be the right guy. Quickly ends the date, you know, make some kind of excuse and leave. And then the third thing guys do, they act normal and they don't care that I'm a stripper. They treat me as me, not just a stripper. When I tell the other guys I'm a stripper, all they see is stripper, all they think is stripper, and they don't know, you know, I'm a person. I like horse riding, I like snowboarding, I like the gym, you know, just being a stripper. Yeah, so they're actually normal. I just like guys that are normal, okay? Yeah, anyone I date, I just like guys that treat me as me, not as a stripper. Although I love my job, I'm a stripper. I will never ever quit my stripping job for a man. I did that once before because I really liked him, which is understandable if a guy's not okay with it. But if a guy's not okay with it, he's a guy I don't want to be with. So yeah, I did quit it for a guy, and it was like the most terrible time of my life. So let's not even talk about that. The next question I get asked is, would I date a customer? Wow, what a question. So first of all, I would 100% get fired for dating a customer. I just think it's not appropriate. You know, like a doctor should never date their patient. You know, I should not date my customer. I'm not gonna lie, there's customers I really like. There are nice ones. There's hot guys in there, nice guys. Like there's, and I guess the best thing, if you meet them as a customer, you already have that connection. You already know each other. You've spent time together. But you know, I wouldn't do it. And then the next thing I'm gonna say, okay, so if I did really like the guy and I decided I wanted to date him, it's bad for business. Number one, because if you're a customer and one time a stripper dated you because she liked you, you're probably not going to spend money in strip clubs again, whether it will be with me or a different stripper or a different strip club, because then you think you're going to be able to be like dating a stripper, which is, you know, it's counterintuitive if I'm trying to make money from you. And then the other thing, if a guy meets me in a strip club, I feel like he always sees me as a stripper first, and like not as the person I am outside the strip club. Like in the back of their mind, they always see me like as a stripper, which I am, but you know, I don't know why. The phenomenon, I'll take it. If a guy meets me in a strip club, they always want to pay for everything, yeah? They want to go to the most expensive dinners, cocktails, champagne. 2 times I dated a guy from the strip club. Both times on our third date, they took me on holiday. And I didn't even have sex with them or anything. I genuinely liked them, we were clicking. I had a good time, but yeah, they took me on holiday on the third date. I didn't even have sex with them, but that's not why I went out with them, so... It just feels weird to me, like, I just feels like a doctor dating the patient, you know? Regards to guys paying, yeah, so I always find, like, guys I meet in the strip club want to pay. Guys I meet on Tinder never want to pay for anything, so I kind of don't really care if guys pay a lot. I've noticed Tinder guys will never pay for, like, a single thing, like, just, like, one drink. Me, personally, I don't need a guy that, like, spends lots of money on me. But I just like a show of appreciation, like buy me like a dinner or a drink or something. And then every time a guy pays for something for me, I actually do feel awkward. It's like, should we split this? Should I pay? Should he pay? I'm 36 years old and I still feel like awkward. Like, who should pay? Should we split it or whatever? But it just always feels nice when the guy gives the gesture. But yeah, I've noticed that Tinder guys never want to pay for anything. So I feel like the guys on Tinder mostly are just there for like one night stands. In which I don't care if you just want like a one night stand or something. But just say that in your profile. Relationships or one night stands, whatever you're looking for, just say it straight in your profile and then everybody knows what they're getting. I'm looking for like to actually meet someone that I like. To see like, you know, not just the one time, but... you know, just be honest about it. So that's basically my dating life, but I do actually have a couple of funny stories for you. So sometimes in the club, I'm chatting to guys, having a laugh, and there's like some guys that they said no for a dance with me, which is fine. And I talk to them again later, we're chatting, laughing, and they still say no. It's like, oh yeah, no problem, that's fine, I'll just get another customer. At the end of the night, occasionally me and the other girls go out after work, like drinking in bars or whatever, like partying after work. And then the guys that said no to lap dances with me, they see me, they're in the same bar that we're at drinking. They're in the same bar, and then all of a sudden, they want to know me, they want to be my best friend. And when I was in the strip club, they were like, no, like, no. They didn't even want to buy me a drink in a strip club, and they didn't even want to buy the cheapest lap dance. But then as soon as, like, you know, we recognize each other in the normal bar, all of a sudden they want to be my best friend, they want to buy all the drinks, and they like me all of a sudden. So that really pisses me off. And actually, no, that happened to me recently also. And the guy, the most recent one, the guy was actually pretty hot. Even if he'd had just a couple of lap dances with me and bought me a couple of drinks in the club, and then I saw him in the bar, I would have been, like, in. But just the fact, like, he didn't even... want even like a single like cheapest lap dance with me or like one drink in my work, and then all of a sudden he liked me. So then does that make sense? All of a sudden they want to know me now that we're outside of work, but they didn't want to know me inside of work. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, I was just pissed off that you all of a sudden, oh, you want to know me now. So yeah, and that actually happens pretty regularly. I don't go out after work very often, but on the occasion, yeah, we always see the same guys that are in the club in the thing. And yeah, I do normally talk to them, especially if they're ones like they actually dance with me that I talk to, because like when we have many dances, we actually kind of know each other now. We're friends. Oh my god, next story. One time I was partying after work, and I met some like hot guy after work. I was partying. He wasn't in the club. He wasn't in the club. He was just like a guy that was partying in a bar. And the thing that got me was his like hot American accent. So yeah, okay. We got on well. He came back to mine. We were chatting for hours. And then I told him what I do for a job. And then he was like, I told him what I do for a job. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I own 2 strip clubs in the USA. You know, I know all the girls. I own 2 strip clubs. And then I half think, is this guy for real or is he bullshitting? I don't even know, but I believed him. But he seemed cool with me being a stripper. So anybody that doesn't judge me for being a stripper, I like them. He leaves. One time after that, he comes in where I work. We chat for a few minutes and then I go away working. And then one time after that, because we were texting, We were texting. I meet him again in a bar that I go to after work. I meet him, and then he's giving me all this stuff again, like, I own strip clubs in the USA. I'm gonna fly the US girls over there, and then you're gonna go over there, and we're gonna do a stripper exchange. I know your boss. He says he knows my boss. It's like, I'm like, is this guy for real? He's just like the biggest bullshitter I've ever met. Yeah. So. And then, as well as owning 2 strip clubs, he's come to Australia to scout college guys out for football, to scout, which I thought was really cool because I'm into the gym and that. He scouts college guys for football. He owns 2 strip clubs. So anyway, we come back to my house again, and he's telling me like, he's telling me how rich he is, how much money he has. He's telling me about how he's a big shot, and I'm thinking, man, he's laying it on really thick. Is this guy's for real? Is this bullshit? So we get to my house, and then he tells me it's his birthday. He starts taking his belt off. He's like, this belt, he says some kind of brand name, I can't remember. It's like, this belt is this like brand name. It cost me like $500, but it's my birthday today, so I want you to buy me a $1,000 Louis Vuitton belt. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, it's my birthday. You should buy me a $1,000 birthday present. This is like basically the 3rd time I've met this guy, and he's asking me to buy him a $1,000 birthday present. And I'm like, is this a joke? Is this a joke? He's like, no, you should buy me a $1,000 birthday present. And I'm thinking, now I know this guy's full of bullshit. Do you know what he says? He says stripper written across my face, and he thinks, well, I've got loads of money and I should buy him presents. He's like, he's full of bullshit. Yeah. He's got strip clubs in the US. He scouts out college football athletes, and that's the moment I knew he was full of bullshit. And this is the first time I've ever kicked someone out of my house. Like, I feel like proud of myself for kicking someone out of my house. So I was like, what the fuck? This is the 3rd time I've met you. You're asking me for a $1,000 birthday present. I've known you, 3 times? And all you've done is bought me like a couple of drinks every time I've met you. He's bought me like 2 drinks twice. And now I should buy him a $1,000 birthday present. And I was like, are you joking? He kept saying he's not joking. And I was like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, get the fuck out. I've never said get the fuck out to anybody. So, yeah. I actually thought I was being kind of gullible when I was hearing his story about owning 2 strip clubs. Like, yeah, I was just so pissed off that he asked me for a $1,000 birthday present. Do you know what I buy my friends for their birthday? I don't know, like a $20 gift, like a show of appreciation, and we all go for dinner or whatever. No, I don't even buy myself things for $1,000. So I don't know. Guys just see stripper and they think like, what? I should buy them something. Maybe if it's like give and take, like if he bought me something, I would buy something in return. But I don't even know this guy, and he's asking me for a $1,000 birthday present. So I never saw him again. This next story's got nothing to do with dating, but the guy just saw a stripper written across my face again, and then it was just weird. Me and my friends, we rented a 4-bedroom house, so 4 bedrooms, 4 of us. But 2 of the housemates moved out, so we had 2 spare bedrooms. So we advertised online to find a new flatmate. On the advert, we just said like the normal house stuff. My friend made the advert, but it wasn't pictures of us. So the way he was like coming over and being creepy wasn't even because he saw like a hot girl and applied for the room because it was a hot girl. We didn't even have profile pictures. We just applied for the room. So anyway, the first person that comes to look at the room, I was at work that day, but my housemate was there. And she's also another stripper like me. So the guy comes, my housemate messages me. She's like, all good. The guy's like super keen to move in, and he's hot as fuck. And she sent me a picture of him, and he was hot. And she told him the truth about us, that we're strippers, and he seemed pretty normal. Because I didn't meet him yet, so I was at work. So he said he wanted to like, let's hang out together so we just all get to know each other before he moves in, and he definitely wants to move in. So he comes over, we're hanging out at our house. He's like, yeah, I definitely want the place. I'm going to pay the bond next week. And we were like talking, looking around. And so bearing in mind, when you're going to like move in with someone, just be normal and don't be like a crazy drug addict, okay? Just be normal, not a crazy drug addict. So anyway, so he's like chatting to us, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm a cocaine dealer. I sell kilos of coke. I'm selling kilos of coke, and I'm like, me and her are both sitting there like, yeah, okay, this is literally the first time we met you, and you're telling us you're selling kilos of coke. If he didn't know we were strippers, would you be just telling a person you've just met you sell kilos of coke? And what? You assume because I'm a stripper, I want a person with kilos of coke living with me. You know, I don't want that. I want to keep far away from that as possible. We actually really needed a roommate because we got 2 rooms spare in a 4-bedroom house, and it was actually hot. What? You know, even if you're a hot guy, you don't need to lie. If you're hot, you don't even need to lie, okay? You just be normal, and oh my god. So anyway, he's saying about his kilos of coke, and then we had a home gym in the garage. He's like, oh, I've seen the home gym already, but then he asked me to show him the home gym again. So I walked in, I showed him the home gym, and we both stood there like, I was like, yeah, this is the gym. And I really had this sense that he wanted to like fuck me in the gym. And I was like, yeah, this is the gym. I really think he wanted to get me alone in the gym to try and fuck me. Yeah, it was kind of weird that he wanted to, I don't know why he wanted to see us again. So anyway, he left. He's like, yeah, I definitely want the place. I'm paying the deposit this week. And then me and my girlfriend, we were like talking, we were like, I think maybe he's the kind of guy we don't want him to live with us. But then we were like, he's like kind of the only guy that's probably cool with us being strippers. But not the kind of guy we're going to want to live with. Yeah, we're like, fuck it. Okay, we'll let him move in. So he said he was going to pay the deposit every day. He's like, I'm going to pay the deposit. And he's like, yeah, I've just got a new job around the corner from this house, so this is perfect. Every day he's like, yeah, I'm paying the deposit. The day he comes to move in, he just blocks us on everything and doesn't answer our calls. He never paid the deposit. He never moved in. So that was probably a blessing in disguise that he never moved in. And before that he blocked us, every single day he was like messaging, oh, we should have a threesome. What happens in the house stays in the house. You know, between friends, what happens in the house stays in the house, which also put us off a lot. But again, we thought he was probably the only person that's cool with us being strippers. So anyway, he blocked us on everything, and we never heard from him again. And then after that, we decided not to look for any more housemates. So we just stayed in the 4-bedroom house with just 2 girls, so we got 2 bedrooms each. So it worked out for the best. Oh, and then the very last thing, this has nothing to do with dating, but well, at one point I was like looking for a room to rent. I needed I don't know where to stay, I was looking for a room to rent. So I was looking at these places online, whatever. One place didn't have a price, but I messaged the guy anyway, because he didn't have a price. So I was like, oh, I'm interested, what's the price? He's like, oh, don't worry about the price. And I'm saying, this price is pretty nice, so I'm not sure if it's in my price range. Can you just give me an indication of the price? He's like, no, don't worry, we'll sort something out. So anyway, went to view the place. It was nice. It was amazing. A really nice sky-rise apartment, really nice in the city. And then I was still asking him about the price when I was saying, he's like, don't worry, he kept saying we'll work something out. Don't worry, we'll work it out. We can make an arrangement. Already I'm thinking that sounds kind of weird, an arrangement. So anyway, I left. He's like, yeah, I'll call you. So he messages me and he says about an arrangement. Yeah, but what? I just want to know the price. He's like, no, an arrangement. And then it turns out the arrangement he wanted was like sex or blowjobs. So I said straight up no, and then I reported him to flatmates.com. But then after that, I actually pranked him. I pranked him and I was like, oh, I'm not interested in an arrangement, but my friend is. And then I got my friend to prank phone call him, pretending she was like really into an arrangement. She's like, yeah, I'll come and see you with the arrangement. And then we did the prank phone call, and then we blocked him and never saw him again. And also, this happened, and I didn't even tell him what I do for a job. Just me as a woman, without him even knowing what I do for a job. I told him I was a personal trainer.